Good morning. Welcome to Fallawsophy. I'm your host, Jennifer Fallaw, and today I have no idea what's going on. Let's just hang out together, shall we? No, I'm just kidding. I've got a little bit update. Um, Yesterday, I want to thank you for all the birthday wishes for little Miss Katie. Hang on with the banners here. Hang on. She had a good birthday. The cake turned out okay because she wanted red velvet, and you can't just like go to the bakery most places around here and just pick up a nice one. So I had to make it. Turned out perfect. I was happy. Made her favorite meal, which is we call chicken and croûte, which is basically just shredded chicken, cream cheese, and spices. I like to put like vegetables and stuff in it, but she doesn't like that. So we made a plain one. And then hung out with her best friend Lydia and Faith and Lucas and just had a lovely evening. And then I got her PS5, and then they all went downstairs and they played video games all night, and then I crashed. And we're starting a little bit later today. Like when it's cold in the house and you're all warm and cozy and you don't want to get up. That happened today. And, actually, I hit snooze like 100 times before I realized what I was doing. So here we are. Okay. Jentel. I didn't write it down. It's not an official Jentel. It's just a little update. And I was thinking, from what we've been seeing, it's interesting if you put the pieces together. Trump's talking about election fraud again. And Gabriel said 5 years ago. Well, I'm really not sure exactly when that information came in from him. But sometime after the election, in 2020, I was asked, when will we see the true results of the 2020 election? And at the time, I didn't want to say it, but Gabriel said 5 years. So that was hard. Here we are. It's almost 5 years. I think it was maybe it was after the election. It was when everybody was talking about it. Okay, the true results are going to come out. We're going to get Biden out of there, and Trump's going to get back in. So it must have been like December or maybe even January of 21 when he said that. So sometime soon, we're going to get the true results of the 2020 election. I think it's interesting that they're talking about that now because recently we saw posts about Trump 2028. Well, how could he do that? I mean, you could only really run for 2 terms, right? And then at another point in time, I was asked, how many terms will he actually serve? Like, how many years? I can't remember now how many years it was. But, I remember getting the information that he would be awarded the years that they took from him. And now we see all these protests that don't make any sense, do they? No kings. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Why would you name it that? Because the Democrats know what's coming. They know what's coming. No kings. You can only serve 2 terms. You don't get to stay in office. They're still trying to get him out of there. Why? Because they know it's coming. They know their game is over. They know we're going to change the financial system. We're moving into NESARA, just NESARA here, NESARA worldwide. They're doing everything they can. And also to convince the public that when they see this happen, that, oh, he's trying to be a king. Not only is he a king, but he's a dictator. So if you think something's happening, you're wrong. You're not paying attention. Sounds like stuff's about to hit the fan to me. And then I keep hearing. Now, I've always been, backstory, I've always been one who knows when weather's coming. Even when I was a little kid. Earthquakes, weather, I always knew when it was coming. It's just kind of like, storm's coming. You know, something's coming. I haven't been keeping track of the weather, but something's coming. And I'm really on the East Coast. But I see it coming across the nation, okay? Prepare for snow, prepare for wind. And then I got the other day, I said, well, sometimes we get windstorms and early snow. And if we get early snow up here and the leaves haven't all fallen off, that's a problem. Then trees go down, leaves break, we're out of power. One time we had a windstorm here that we were out of power for 10 days. And that sucked. Well, it was kind of fun. But, it was cold. Something's coming. Storm's coming. Because I keep hearing a storm is coming. And but I feel it too. So I'm not quite sure if it's weather or if it's the storm we've all been waiting for. Something's going to happen close to the weekend. Within a few days. It's really hard when you feel something to try to put a timeline on it. As far as the RV, it could happen at any time. Everything's ready. If we get through Friday and into the weekend, we could get notifications like Monday, Tuesday. That's probably logical. But it really looks like everything's lining up to happen at once. Oh, also, I heard stocks plummeting today. Don't panic. I always saw them going way down, but not all the way. Okay. Prepare for weather anyway. If you're somewhere that snows. We might get it. You guys on the east half of the U.S., you might get it early. I'm really focused on wind. But we've been always been waiting for that, storm is upon us announcement. What if we've got all this going on? We get a huge storm. We get the announcement. And that somehow ties in with taking everybody out. I don't know. I get a little excited about that part of it. We actually put the political and the geopolitical on the back burner and focused on the financial transition for a while. And I'm kind of excited that part of it's coming into focus again because I got a little bored with that. But, it's all still happening. Both parts of this are equally as important worldwide. We're moving into NESARA, JASARA. There we go. Storm's coming. I don't know what to say. I'm pretty sure the government's still shut down, isn't it? I think that's an attempt to delay something. I don't really know how that fits into it. But you guys can ask me questions about it. A lot of times, you know me, and until somebody asks me or I ask the question, I really don't get the information. There's just too much information out there. And you have to remember collective timelines is like a braided rope. I mean, it's, oh, look at my personal timeline. Well, so when's it happening for me? Well, a collective timeline, when you're talking about something on a worldwide scale, when there are so many decisions, is going to affect, the timing of what happens on your personal timeline. So it's not an exact science. All I can tell you is that the word behind the scene is we're still moving. Everybody's anticipating some kind of notifications or something like that. We really don't know if Iraq is going to put a raid out first and kick everything off, or if we're going to get our notifications behind the scenes and they wait a couple weeks for that, then do it, then everything rolls out. Either way, storm's coming. Okay. So, oh yeah, yeah, I put the pictures out of Katie's. Oh, I'm gonna change the banner. You can go ahead with start with your questions. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Okay. So what I'm doing with this show on Rumble, my show, Fallawsophy with Jennifer Fallaw on Rumble, is the paid monthly subscribers who subscribe for $5. I think you could subscribe for more. That'd be cool. I mean, like, how much do you tip your waitress? What I'm going to do for them is twice a month, either on like a Sunday night or, whatever works for me. There's a freaking gnat in here. I cannot wait until it snows and all the flying insects die. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do an extra show that's all readings. Okay. It's going to be a fun show. It's going to be like a reading party. And everybody can come and watch and hang out and comment and stuff. But I'm only going to do questions from monthly supporters. Yes, you could still throw a Rumble rant in there, and I'll do that. Because there's no way of me stopping anybody from doing that, and I will answer those. But it's going to be appreciation shows for my monthly supporters so that you get a little something extra for doing that. And I appreciate it. Okay? So as of now, I think you need to become a monthly subscriber. I think it's like $5 a month or something. You have to do it when I'm live, I think. So if you're watching on Rumble right now, if you're not, get over to Rumble, because you can't do it on YouTube. God, I can't show you how to do it right now. And it's my channel, so I can't show you how to figure out how to do it. But I think just click around in there. You need to be signed into Rumble, into your Rumble account, or watching on the app. And then subscribe to the channel. And then it'll probably ask you if you want to be a monthly supporter. Click around. Figure it out. You can ask people in chat. They know how to do it. Gina's in there. She knows. I think Ron knows. Hi, Ron. So anyway, that's what we're doing. Because, I mean, why would you be a monthly supporter if you don't get perks? So Mama's going to give you presents. And I like to give presents. So anyway, the birthday went well yesterday. And Katie's little best friend was there. The pictures I put out was Katie and her best friend Lydia. She's so cute. Oh my God, Lydia is she's like this cute little, sweet, beautiful, fun, happy, good mood all the time little hippie girl. She's just I just love her so much. And she's over here all the time. She just walks in the house. Hi, Mom. I mean, I'll pull up and she's just like in the living room. I don't care. And she's the kind where I'm like, you just go in the kitchen and get whatever you want, whenever you want. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you stay the night, pretty much don't care if you live here, but just don't tell me you live here because I gotta, stay whatever you want. I just love her. Faith, I don't put a lot of pictures out of Faith. I see Faith and talk to Faith every day. We're just as close as me and Katie. She's hilarious and so smart. Faith is my oldest daughter. Hilarious girl. But she doesn't like her picture taken. She's kind of like me. No, don't take a picture of me right now. So you don't see a lot of pictures of Faith. And I just went on a vacation with Katie because she didn't want me to go alone. And Faith, she's older. She wants to be a real estate broker. She's working. She's got a long-time boyfriend, so she doesn't have as much time as Katie. And so, and she already took her vacation time. So I went on that vacation with Katie, and that was such a wonderful thing to have so much time with just one daughter by themselves, So I'm going to do that with Faith. Probably, of course, Faith wants to go to Disneyland. So we'll go back down to San Diego soon. I don't know whenever we can pull it off, whenever she can get time off. What I'd love to do is take them all and take Katie and Lydia and me and Faith, and then I'll just hang out with Faith the whole time. We'll go to Disneyland or something. But, Lydia, she's not my daughter, but she is. I've adopted her. And, she has this, I didn't see a lot of her for a while because she's got this boyfriend that was like, she's just like, couldn't do anything. She couldn't go on a trip with us. She couldn't do anything. And I asked Katie. Katie said, well, he's going off and he joined the military, so he's going to be gone for 6 months. And she's like, and she goes, but I'm hoping that she doesn't, like, she breaks up with him while he's gone. I said, why? She goes, well, he calls her the B word and the C word and he abuses her. And I'm like, so, well, I hope he gets his ass kicked. And I said, you know what? And she's like, well, she can't get rid of him because he's like living off of her and stuff. I'm like, well, he's in the military. They'll take care of him now. And so we made this plan. I said, listen, baby. I was talking to Katie. I said, you tell him. You tell her. I will buy her a storage. We will take all of his crap and we will put it in that storage. And when he comes home, she doesn't have to talk to him at all. I will show up with the key. And I don't care how big he thinks he is. I'll hand him the key and say, well, I'm sorry. You have no access now. I said, I will pay for it for as many months as it takes. I don't care. Nobody's touching my baby. I can't believe some of these guys. It's like, you know what? Oh, you're going to the military? Yeah, that'll... Hopefully it changes. Okay? But that kind of abuse, like, to treat Lydia like that, it's like kicking a puppy. It's like somebody goes around and kicks puppies. I hope he gets his ass kicked. Anyway, I'm just going on and on because I really don't know what to talk about. But she's just adorable. I mean, I just love her. So Faith and I are going to go and do something soon so that, you got to keep it fair. But I'm always posting about Katie because Katie was hanging out with me and doing stuff with me because Lydia's, busy with this abusive dude. I don't want you guys to think that I'm not as close with Faith. I'm close with both of them. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to read the questions from Rumble because I can put it on my phone and I can see them. Okay. And I can tell what's a Rumble rant from there. It doesn't show me on my streaming service. It just shows me the question. Okay. Yeah, I totally didn't want to get out of bed this morning. I just wanted to lay there. Okay. I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. Let's turn the volume off, Jen. Let's do that. after this, I'm off for the weekend. So I'm just kind of like, I get to a point where I run like 100 miles an hour. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. 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 And then after a while, I'm just kind of like, all right, I am stupid now and I need some time off. So I'm off for the rest of the week, the rest of the weekend. So the next show you'll see from me, Sandy Goodall, thank you, monthly supporter, is going to be Monday. I don't really know what I'm going to do, but sure I'll find something. Okay. Gina! We need a recipe on how to make that. Oh, it's really simple. Chicken and croûte is basically kind of like a beef Wellington, but you typically, if you look up the recipe, I just call it that because I basically made it up. I had this French dish one time and I'd wanted to try to, it was more of a pie and I want to try to duplicate that. So basically, just take your puff pastry and puff pastry sheets. Now, the way I make it, the way she made me make it, I have to make it the same way every time, ever since I made it this one time and she loved it. So I have to go to Costco and I have to get the pack of the rotisserie chickens that, that are left over at night and they shred them up and then they shrink wrap them. Go and get that chicken, shred it up really clean. We don't want any cartilage or any fat or anything in there, just really small shreds of it. And you mix it up with cream cheese. I put like garlic, onion powder, lots of that, and salt, pepper, and a little paprika in there. And then you want to mix it up really good with the cream cheese. And then if you, at that point, you can put in spinach, you can put in other cheeses, you can put in whatever you want, but the kids, they don't really like anything green. So I made it this way for them so that, anyway, I have to make it the same way every time or it's just not acceptable. So basically, you roll out the chicken mixture in 2 layers of puff pastry, and then you fold it over like a pie and make it pretty with whatever puff pastry you have left, and then you just bake it at 400 for like, I don't know, it took like 20 minutes until the puff pastry is all done. And then we served it with salad and stuff, ladies. So that's how you do that. I brush it with butter, instead of the egg this time. Usually the egg's going to make it look prettier. The egg and water mixture. Anyway, moving on. Somebody asked me how to make it. Hi, Jen. Have you heard anything about Ohio, Florida, and any other state exchanging as we speak as a test run for the actual blessings kickoff? No, I have not heard anything about that. And I probably would have. Carlos, Kathy. Hi, Jen. This is Carlos de la Villa. When will I get my MedBed appointment for my cancer? Waiting so long. I'm sorry, Carlos. Let me see. They're really going to get you in like a week or 2 after the appointment. So there's something like a rush. Like, yeah. As far as exact timing, I really can't give that to you right now. Joe and Pat, did I say 12 years Trump would be in office? Was it 12? Huh. Seems a little off. We'll see. So I'm in a med bed. Is it an electromagnetic storm? I don't know. I don't think so. People have asked me if we're going to get hit with some EMP or whatever it is and black everything out. No. At least not countrywide or worldwide. No. That's right, Linda. Sadly, kids aren't taught that there are no limits to how many terms a president can serve until after FDR served 4 terms. That is when they changed it to 2 terms, and you know why? Okay, so he's either awarded the years, but if they're talking about running again in 28, so he's either awarded the years that were stolen from him, and that could be possible as well, which is only fair. Or, when we go back to a republic, we change everything. A lot of legislation is null and void if it's unconstitutional. Run away. I mean, they're talking about that publicly. Why would they ever talk about that publicly? Tells you right there where we're going. Happy Girl says it looks like there's hurricane activity coming. Okay. Just prepare. That's kind of like a mommy census thing, I don't know. I'm like a survivor. I always have been, but I've never been in a place where I didn't have what I needed. I don't know. I've just always this is me. So I'll see something like, well, that's good to have. Like I got to make a fire pit in the backyard, like a big one, and I got to have grate on it so I cook on it. Why? Well, that's good to have. I mean, if everything went to shit, that's what I always say. If everything went to shit, I could cook on that. And I always think like that. I always have. There's really no reason for it. And the other thing is, if we were in the wild, okay, you got to know how to do this. I think it was my parents. It's got to be my parents. So it's a natural instinct of mine to feel something coming like that with weather, with just all of a sudden, maybe I should buy a generator. It's like, well, we don't really need a generator. Like, why would we need a generator? Because we don't have one. Maybe I just feel like we'd buy one. So I have a generator, giant generator sitting in the garage that I've never opened. That's probably not okay, huh? It's still in the Costco box. I gotta get that thing all ready for winter. Anyway. So my mind works. It just keeps going. All right. Crazy Cat 7. When we have our appointments for Tier 4B, will we have access to money immediately? I heard some. Asking questions. Is that a 1%? Okay. That's why the big banks are involved. Confirmation of what I got before. That's why the big banks are involved, because until such time, so that confirms that 4B is a private event, because we haven't gone to gold yet. They're going to put, the Treasury cannot hold fake money anymore at this point in time when we do this. So they have to put it in there in gold-backed money. Okay, so it's in your Treasury account with the U.S. Let's just talk about the U.S. right now. In the U.S. Treasury, they have 4 Tier 1 banks or something participating in the RV. So they're big enough to forward you a certain amount in fiat dollars to put in your bank, your holding account, which is the big account that connects to that Treasury account. So, and this is what I've always seen. So they will basically advance you and they see treasury account. And they're like, well, that's collateral. We know what's happening here. We know that's going to be good any day now. We're going to forward you a 1% or whatever you decide is sufficient into your holding account in fiat dollars, and you can use that for now. And anything you spend, we'll just go ahead and replace it when the or you pay it back when we go to gold and you have full access to funds. So you will have some. Okay. It's like an advance or a loan. A to the killer. I always thought the storm was a metaphor. It has to be a man-made one, correct? I don't know. We don't know. Nobody really knows. The storm is upon us. I mean, if you're making a public announcement to the nation, I would assume that it would be a real storm. But in the Q post, that was supposed to be, and we have to decode, the Q post you have to decode, so nobody really knows that either. But I would assume that there's something real happening. Okay? So everybody knows what the storm is, but that could actually be a marker for time as to when it goes down, when we have these big changes. Okay. Hi, Jennifer. This is Kim D from Central PA. Do you see anything health-wise I can do for myself or my dog until the med beds are available? I can't really suggest what you put in your body or do for your health. I'm not a physician. I can't do that. That you're not already doing. Let me see what Jesus says about that. Trying to make it to the med bed. Kim D. There are herbs and supplements out there that would help you, he says, but I can't suggest what you take, and I can just direct you to look into that. He's also talking about stress and how when you're under stress, there's all these secretions that go on in the body that are not good for your condition. All right? But you will make it to a med bed. Misha D's monthly supporter, thank you. Yeah, I really want to make these reading shows for the month like a fun party, like we all hang out and talk and chat and do the questions and everything, and just make it fun, not so serious. Okay. So if you want to be part of the party, misunderstood 427. Hi Jen, I have 4 projects. Do you know if I will if they will all be approved? Arlene. 3 at different times. So what I did, I saw that they don't approve everything at once. They just don't have enough people to track that. You're going to have a project manager that's going to take care of, I don't know, 3 to 5 people and their projects. Somebody you report back to. You're funded in phases. Okay, go and get what do you need for the first phase of your project? But these projects are approved in different waves. 3. Misunderstood. 427. Can you tell me when I will be moving, and if it's my forever home? Arlene. It's coming up very soon. It's this fall. Forever home, no. It's a landing spot. I think you eventually pick up another place. somewhere else, possibly closer to family or something. And that's where you spend the majority of your time, and then eventually you let the place that you picked up first go. So forever home, no. Bo Sutherland, love your show. Thank you. Hi, Jen. Thanks for sharing your talents and gifts. Mary here. Will my husband Kirk find a paying job to replace his corporate income that was lost 2 years ago? Sorry about that. That's what I always say. Just when I'm not saying everything can be taken, something like that. Your labels, it can just be gone. It just be gone. Look, find a paying job. It's not really looking very hard. That's the problem. I'm not seeing a paying job coming, but I'm not seeing financial ruin. So this thing must happen. Desi 28, monthly supporter, thank you. Beclessert. Anyway, will I be able to RV with my friend, and where will we do it? Because we live far apart. I don't know if they have currency, but I don't see a dual exchange. I see separate exchanges or just one. You do it. SDH11, will I be able to keep my house? Sherry. Yes. Kay Thompson. Hey, Jen. This is Christina. Jen, do you see me being able to quit my job before my boss leaves for his new job? He starts his new job on the 17th. Now I see him leaving. It's not quite yet. Possibly just after that. Because I see you witnessing the change in the work environment after he leaves. So it's just after that. Evelyn 888. Hi, Jen. Do you see me after my How do you see me after my bed appointments? I really hope for full, thick, long hair and much younger look. Normally 5'6", 135 pounds, in my 50s. Thank you for all you do. Yeah. You know what's funny? Is that your natural color grows back in, but it's a little bit different. Like it's a little richer. Like there's more red in it. Because I'm seeing a difference in color come down. That's cool. Yes, you will have thicker hair. It will be thicker than it was before. But your DNA code basically has a plan. Is okay. You're going to have this color eyes, and you'll have thick hair, or or not, or freckles. Well, freckles actually no. Skin that is prone to freckling. So it is thicker than it was. Yes. Thank you to all the monthly supporters. Yay! This is gonna be fun. Lee Slow 69. Hi, Jen. Lisa J. I am I'm between a rock and a hard place right now, trying to figure out if I should stay in place or take a leap of faith. Do you still see me getting my notification at Mom's house? Stay in place. Stay. I usually don't make decisions for you, but if Gabriel's saying that, not a good plan to move yet or to do that yet. Not yet. Okay, Sheriff 42. Hi, Jan. Julie Crawford here. My neighbor Dennis passed away unexpectedly last month. No one got to say goodbye. His wife Sharon wants to know if he suffered and if he has a message. Okay. He's going like this, and he's going like this. There is some kind of blockage in his vein in his neck. I think it was like either a really severe stroke or lost oxygen to the brain, which created a heart attack. I think there was something. I think he had a blood clot. A blood clot. There was no real pain. He just got he's showing me he got dizzy all of a sudden, and it wasn't stopping, and everything was just kind of, and then it just kind of went black, just fade to black. He loves her, and he loves everyone. He's been trying to get her attention. Sharon, trying to get her attention. Something about he goes with her on walks? Or when she leaves the house? Or he wants her to go on walks? Something about going on walks. Okay. All right, I got to speed up here. Thank you, Gina, for telling everybody how to subscribe. It's my girl. Marcy would be in here, but I'm on during the day now, so she'll be in for the reading parties. Yes, Scott Faw, thank you. Over 300 people in here and only 14 likes. I think we got a little bit more than that. But yeah, let's hit the like button. Try that. Let's do that. That's got to be important somehow. Misunderstood. 427. When do you see me going to the med bed? Will the cancer and everything else be fixed in one visit? Arlene. Yeah. Yeah. It is fixed in one visit. It's kind of like I do it. It just zaps it. It fries it. Disintegrates the abnormal cells. 2 to 3 weeks after your appointment for your area. Hi, Jen. Michelle McGuire here. Where do you see me on February 27th, 2026? What am I doing? Love ya. Okay, let me see. 2026. You're telling somebody where to put plants and flowers on a patio somewhere. It's the morning. You're setting up for something. Hey, a party? A visit? Let's see if I can turn around. It's like this tunnel vision is just this one thing. In meditation, I can just go walk around, but like... You're at a house. Probably set back an acre or two, oh, maybe like 5, probably like 5, from a body of water that looks like a river or a lake. All right. Hey, Jen, if I understood correctly, Frank 26 was saying last night that Iraqi parliament would be voting on the budget this Sunday with new rate. Do the angels see this occurring on or before Sunday? Yeah. It is true. I'm not quite sure if they're voting on a... They may be trying to decide when to display it publicly. Hi, Jen. It's Michelle O. Do you see me in Logan, Utah on May 30th, 2026? Yeah. Hi, Jen. Do you see me getting my project to help homeless and vets get low-income housing? Yes, you do. Weather Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, Jen. I was hoping the RV would happen before the Vegas trip, but that would be too easy. I know, I told you that. Do I take the currency with me, leave it behind? I'd leave it. It's not that far. You can go home. You can go home and get it. It's just going to be a phone call. You're going to make an appointment. I wouldn't risk having it with you. UMC 8762. I must put up my condo by the end of October unless the RV comes. Will I be couch surfing with my kids at 78 years old for long waiting for the... Yeah, I know. Everybody's like got a problem. Do I find a small mobile home? Out of this, just handle your business like it's never, doesn't even exist, okay? That's how we want to live our life on the timeline that we've created, okay? The reality we've created for ourselves. As of now, there's a good chance there's a stop to all of that having to put up the condo, okay? If we move forward and we're not there yet, let me look. I don't see a mobile home. I see you getting into a house. That's all I can tell you is I see you getting into a house. The timeline of that happening is very faint. Hi, Jen. My name is Jahani. I have this radiating pain in the middle of my back, originating about an inch to the left of my spine. I go to the chiropractor regularly, and it's not helping. There is bulging tissue in between the discs. You need to have that looked at. I don't know if the chiropractor should be messing with that. I just see this red bulging tissue pushing out that's swollen between bone. Little girl 62. Hi, Jen. Bill here. When will we submit our offer for the house on Jack Rabbit Road? Bill. I'm really looking at a couple weeks. It's a Monday. I can tell you that. Okay. Hi, Jen. Letitia. How far will I need to travel for my appointment? It's about 45 minutes or 45 miles. It's not a big deal because, like, the whole, like, I just see you traveling and you're like, oh, yeah. Your mind is, you're just on autopilot all the way there. It's like, I don't even remember driving here. Many blessings, Jen. This is Audrey. Are you able to see when I get in the med bed? Thank you, Audrey. Let's get an estimate after the exchange appointment. You're about 3 to 4 weeks out after the appointment in your area. Lee Stark here. My male cat Yum Yum is throwing up many times, but no hairball. Can you please see what's going on with him? Well, there is a hairball. He just can't get it out. It's probably going to continue until that dissolves. I don't know if there's anything you can give cats to dissolve the hairballs in their stomach that have got too big. That's what's going on there. Hi, Jen. Teresa here. I enjoy doing visualizations on my morning walks to bring in my manifestations. Good job. How do you see my RV going? I'd like to use your vision to inspire my walks. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Now remember, when we're consciously creating something, we want to, the best way to do it, it's fine, like visualize your appointment, visualize a happy event. But if you're trying to like manifest somebody, well, people say manifest, I'm just create like someone loving you, or we don't want to interfere with anybody's free will or somebody, getting theirs. That we don't do that. That steps over a line there. So like if you want love to come into your life, what you want to do is imagine your person showing up and then leave the face blank, So we don't want to direct it at any certain person, okay? Because that's kind of, stepping over a little bit of a line there. We want to just be open to receive. Like, see the times in your life after the RV has happened, as if it's you're absolutely sure that it's already happened or it's already coming. Okay. Your RV appointment for Teresa. You're done in and out really fast. It's really easy. I see you comment. I can't believe it's over already. Like all that, and then boom, it's done. Gary Yogi. Oh, Gary Moore here. When will I meet my future significant other? And what's a good sign to know she's the one? Thanks. Well, that depends, Gary. Sometimes you just got to get out of your head. Because the most perfect person, you can explain anything away. You can find fault in anything. Especially the longer you live, the more baggage you're going to have, okay? Never going to be perfect. More than anything, to know somebody is the one. You feel it. There's this pull. Like, you can't. Gabriel's talking to me and reminding me of things. And I only can. He's referencing to people who were the one for that for a period of time. It's not that you're just so comfortable with them right off the bat. Yes, that can be present, but he's saying that it's that there's a knowing. There's this yearning when they're gone. There's this uplifting feeling. There's this like, the only way I can explain it is like the girl's dad. That guy hit on me for like 3.5 years, and I told him no for like 3 years. It's like I figured he was up to no good. But I could not stop thinking about him as much as I explained it away. Just like, nope, nope, bad for me. I'm not doing that, not doing that, not doing that. No. But it was like this love that you have for this person that's unexplainable. You just can't stop thinking about him. It's maddening, So that happened. Both times I would have, and I would have lived in a box on the side of the road with that guy. It didn't matter. It was ride or die, have each other's back, even if we're wrong. That kind of feeling. All right? It's unexplainable. Doesn't make sense. Okay. Jeannie, 1512. Hi. Can you tell me what I will be doing or where I will be on December 22nd, 2025? You're meeting with somebody. You're creating a vision board. I heard. I'm not seeing it. And that's interesting. Sometimes you like if something is yours to create, like I won't see it. I won't get the answer. So not all can be told. There's another person with you there. I think it is a man. There are plans later in the evening. This has to do with your projects or something. It's a vision board. I heard that. Gina! Jen, yesterday you said you smelled popcorn, and I was absolutely eating popcorn at the time. You and me, Gina. It's unexplainable. That's my girl. I don't know what that was about. It was right after something else. I was still tuned into this lady. Oh, this lady, I was like blurry, and I don't know if she was standing and hugging somebody or if she was dancing. But she asked me to look. And then after that, Mike is just kind of like, oh, hurry up. Let's get the Rumble Rants going. Pisses me off anyway. So right after that, I just got this wave of smell. And nobody was in the house making anything. It's popcorn. Like movie popcorn. All right. Or well, I don't want to. That's kind of reaching. But what we were just talking about beginning of the show. A storm is upon us. Popcorn. I've been doing that. Like when because I'm so busy, like with the doodles, and then all of a sudden, usually, I don't get anything unless I ask, but sometimes I'm just like hit, like lately, possibly with information that needs to be passed on if I'm too busy doing something else. Like the whole comet or whatever, missing the Earth thing. Um, what the heck is that? Now I'm looking at the doodles again. This is trippy. It's really cool though. It's really interesting. And no, I'm not losing my mind. Pretty sure. I have just been drawing things that look like grids. A weather vane. I have an arrow pointing down. Weather Joe, listen to this. I have a capital N for north. It's coming down from the north. And then I have all these bursts of this swirling clouds, possibly tornadoes. Crap. We're going to have wind coming from 2 different directions. Prepare for weather. Look into it, Joe. I'm starting to get a little concerned. Joe's a weather guy, an expert. All right. Buttersmall. Okay, guys, stop the rumble rants. I'm starting to get tired. No, I gotta go do stuff. Buttersmom 3. Hi, Jen. Joan P. here. My husband, Perry, planning fishing trip to Mexico 10:30 through 11:04. Will he be safe? I want to go. That's awesome. I love fishing. Love Mexico, too. Will he be safe? Yeah. I don't really see anything like major happening weather-wise around there. Yeah. It'll be fine. Ron! Jen, what will me and mine look like after our medbed appointments? Well, Ron, you're probably going to be gorgeous with that hair. Come on. Mine, I assume a significant other. All right. Pretty sure it's a blonde. Looking good, Ron. Yep, it happens, Ron. It does. You look like the young you again. That's awesome. This is Clyde and Linda. Are we ever going to get out of this house? I know, right? Yeah, I'm over into next year when you guys actually get one picked out and start that process. Beginning of the year sometime. Yeah, you're going to get out of that house. AJ Bowden. Hi, do you see me traveling to St. Augustine, Florida in December for a holiday celebration they have? Yep. And you're talking 100 miles a minute to everybody around you, too. You're trying to get everything ready. Make it easy on yourself. Get ready ahead of time. Happy girl. Hi, Jen. Joanne here. Do you see me hosting Christmas Eve family event at my house, or does one of my sisters, Nancy or Brenda, host? I think it's Brenda wants to do it. I think Brenda does it. Sarah here. Do you see me doing my exchange appointment in the town of Huntsville, or what letter does the town name start with? I don't freaking know. Let me see. I'm starting to get tired. It's the end of the week. Probably go brain dead at any moment now. It is in Huntsville. Yeah. Hi, Jen. Patricia here. Do you see my son Matthew getting married soon? Not as soon as you'd like. Year and a half to 2 years. Good morning, Jen. I look forward to these podcasts. Well, thank you. Thanks, you guys, for being here. Primetime gal. Robin, I skipped you. I would never have skipped you. It's my girl. Regarding the trip to LAX tomorrow, the results of Las Vegas cleansing and building. Thank you. I have to scroll back to find that, and then I'm going to lose my spot. I'm assuming it all went well with the cleansing. And I saw your text for Katie. I just got a lot of them to go through. And the emails. I got a lot of emails to go through. I got to get that done before I can stop for the weekend, too. Trip. Like I said, give yourself extra time. There's unexpected delays on your route. Other than that, you're fine. Hi, Jen. This is Lynn. My first choice of home sold. Will I get any of these? 100, 104, or 1635, 104. Goof Trooper, this is my CAT scan. Oh, how is my CAT scan going to go tomorrow? Are they going to find anything? Yes, Jesus. I think they're going to find a couple spots that might have looked like you had like a mini stroke before. And a couple areas of concern. Nothing major. All right, guys, stop with the questions, please. Hi, Jen. Daniel B. here. Should I go for the job in Welland or Woodbridge? I can tell you what you should do. But let's see what happens with each one of these. Like, what's best for you? Which one would he be happiest with? Welland. Hi, Jen. Do you see my son Nathan's girlfriend Ava visiting us soon? She's living north of us. Thank you, Michelle E. First thing I heard is she might need a little assistance with that. I don't know if it's financial. And then she's got a busy schedule. Work or something. Might be a month or two. Very cool. Jen, when did you see me purchasing a new vehicle? December 9th? Hi, Jen. Jody here. Could you tell me if I go to RV in Florida or Michigan? Florida? Misunderstood. Hi, Jen. When I move, will I be in Texas or Florida? Florida? Hello, Jen. My name is Linda. When will my son Brian gain employment, and what kind will it be? He is in HR and trying to find a remote job. Brian. 5 to 6 weeks. It's not human resources. It's something where it's like data entry, or it's a computer job. Okay, misunderstood. You got to stop it. I appreciate it, but you're just all over the place. All right. Jen, I'm full of questions today. Yes. Will I go to the RV in Texas or Florida, or will it go smoothly? I think it's Texas. Yes, everything will be fine. Hope you have a great weekend, Jen. Thank you. Happy girl. Love the name. Thanks, Jen, for answering my question, as I haven't been feeling good. Can't wait for meds. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. All right, guys. Just got to get the emails done. Be patient with me. Let's post any Jentel confirmations that you find on. Oh, that's right, self-promotion. Here we go. Any Jentel confirmations that you find, you're going to want to post them. You want to join the chat on. So I have a channel, Fallawsophy JFD on Telegram. You can comment on any of my posts and ask to join the chat. Admin will send you a link, or I will if I'm there. That's where you want to be. I mean, you want to be there. But you're not going to miss out on anything if you're over there. And that's where I post thoughts that I have and anything I think is relevant. Links for the shows. Let's see here. What else do we need to do? Yeah, I'm running out of steam. You see that? You see how I just got stupid there for a second? That's what happens to me. If you'd like to book a reading with me, I believe I might have some spots open this next week. The wait is not long. Get on in there. Come and have a private conversation on the phone with me. You can do that at Fallawsophy.com. If you'd like to get a healing or purchase my classes, learn to do what I do, and how to meditate the way that I do, you can go to JenniferFallaw.com. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, well, you guys have a good weekend. Have fun. Post any Jentel confirmations on Fallawsophy on Telegram, Fallawsophy group chat. And I'll let you know if I find anything out. Okay? Have a good day. Bye.